You have to come over here and pretend you love me. So, Ron just bought candy from the kid. Oh, I wanted to tell you about something I saw today, Root.
What's that?
It was on Facebook.
Why don't you tell me on video?
Because I want to get your reaction.
Okay.
It was a German Shepherd wearing a costume of spider legs. So it looked like a giant German Shepherd-sized spider.
Oh, gross.
Oh, it was horrible.
Oh, God. Kill it! Get the shoe! Get the boots. Not your shoe.
Yeah, Ron has a thing about spiders. I was telling him about my friend.
Oh.
She has a whole room full of spiders in cages.
That woman needs a doctor. And I need a drink.
Oh, and check it out. You know, I'm always having the hot flashes. I found this at the dollar store. It's a menopause test, just like those dollar store pregnancy tests.
Oh,
it'll be interesting to see if it actually works.
Okay.
Oh, I mean, I don't care. My eggs can expire for all I care.
How much do you pay for it?
$1. They all say the pregnancy tests work. Not that I've ever used one.
Good. And they're right next to the condoms, by the way.
No, they don't sell condoms at Dollar Tree.
Oh, where was that then?
That was Giant Dollar.
Oh.
You're getting your dollar stores mixed up. Giant Dollar is the one where I got the shoes for $1.09. Right. The ones I'm still wearing 3 years later.
The one with the pregnancy test?
Yeah. Somebody just came in the cat door. So, yeah, Giant Dollar has the condoms. So does the 99-cent store. The 99-cent store has the condoms and the pregnancy tests and the,
Why was a woman? I'd be insulted if some man came home and, hey, honey, here's...
No, they actually have, I don't know how to say this.
No, never mind. When in doubt, leave it out.
Love lotion.
Oh, like I said, when in doubt.
$1 warming love lotion. I would be scared to death of that stuff.
TMI.
Oh, I won't be sending the link on this to Mom and Dad.
TMI.
It's just really something quite terrifying about that.
TMI.
Yeah.
I like that one you told about the big spider on the roof, on the ceiling.
Oh, yeah. I told Ron about a Facebook meme, you know, the one with the spider on the roof. And it says, remember when you threw the shoe at me? So do I.
So do I. I like it.
Yeah, Ron likes hearing about the Facebook memes.
Metrolith drivers love it, too.
Yeah.
They all laugh.
Yeah. A lot of people are weird about spiders. I'm not. But the only thing that gets me are rodents. A live rodent in the house will freak me out. Spider.
Yeah.
Snake, frog, wasp, any of that, giant flying cockroach. I mean, they're like this big in Texas.
All right, tell them about the cliff.
Oh, the cliff. None of those bother me. Yeah, being married to Ron, I have to be tough.
That's right.
So today, Ron and I went to Dollar Tree. I think it's safe to say that because there's 8 million Dollar Trees in Houston. Yeah. And if you really wanted to track me down and stalk me, you know, you'd be bored to death.
Anyway, go on.
So, we went to Dollar Tree because I wanted to get some lighters for my candles. I like my candles.
Then we got hungry.
No, do you mind? You don't have a blog. I have a blog. I'm only getting 2,500 hits a month because they like the way I talk.
I don't get any hits at all.
No, you don't get any. Well, you get a hit.
I'm not on the internet.
Yeah, you get a hit if you're with me.
Blind.
That's right. And all blind people are perverts. Every last one.
That's so odd.
After 22 years, I should know. They're all perverts. So anyways, I brought Ron, and I had him in the wheelchair. And I got all those hits on try to look pitiful and make us some money. Well, that's kind of what I did today. I left him in the wheelchair sitting outside the Dollar Tree. Sweating again. You know, Ron's really cheap with a thermostat or I'm having hot flashes.
Just don't forget to use the test, honey.
Yeah, I'm going to use the test. No, I have to wait until like the 4th day after my cycle starts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so at least that's what Wikipedia says.
Yeah.
So, you know, Ron and I, we do our shopping, we get a few little things, and we decide to leave the store. And I see there's a Mediterranean cuisine place. Now, the Mediterranean place has been there for several years. And I finally decide, what the heck, let's go try it out. And Ron says, okay. And we approach the back of the restaurant, and there's a very steep grade going to the restaurant. And I see stairs. and I see a ramp, but the ramp is very steep and it has a couple of sharp turns.
It doesn't look like
Now,
it's
the
code.
ramp has landscaping on either side of it, but Ron doesn't know this. As far as Ron knows, it's 5 feet down to the pavement.
I trust you, honey.
But he trusts me to push him up the ramp.
Right.
And we come around a sharp turn, and the whole front wheel, the whole right wheel drops off the ramp.
And I'm thinking, uh-oh, should I do, is this why I scream or
and Ron
leap
lunges
up?
to the left.
You're trying to counterbalance
Trying to counterbalance things.
so I don't go, ah!
And he grabs the handle like he's going to launch himself out as his wheelchair goes over the cliff.
And I'm thinking, here we go again.
I've never pushed you off a ramp.
No, but I do remember the curb one day.
No, not that. Wasn't the curb. Oh, when we went up the curb and you smacked the top of your head into a tree and you split it open.
This was when the wheelchair rolled off the curb, and now we use the brakes, but at the time I didn't know you'd let go, and the chair went rolling backwards. And
Yeah, but you stopped after like 4 inches. You didn't even get near the curb.
I know.
That doesn't count.
It's still funny, isn't it?
Yeah. No, it was funny. It was so awful. It was funny. It was when you just stepped up on that curb and you went boom and just whack right in the tree branch.
All right, I'll bet you.
Yeah. Well, you sure you want to admit to that on the internet? You know, like if I get murdered or something.
Too late.
He was abusing her. Well, you know, and you got that life insurance policy.
Oh, I got
Have fun with Big Willie in prison.
I got a big whack on my head. You told me to step up. I walked right in that tree branch. I was so outraged.
There's a reason I don't drive.
I know. Thank God.
Let's not take any shortcuts.
That was just a bad day.
Yeah.
Anyway, we went to Alwadi. Oh, too late.
Oh, great. Now you told me. Anyways.
Yeah.
So we went to the restaurant. So I finally got Ron up. He was about to fall off the edge, or so we thought. And I said, "Don't worry, it's not a cliff." And Ron was like, "The hell with this." So, anyways, I got him into the restaurant, and
my heart slowed down.
And they had various things to eat. I noticed they had samosa. I like samosa.
Ooh, that was good.
It's like a triangle thing, and it has spicy vegetables in it, generally. Not hot, just very flavorful.
I got the one with chicken.
He got the chicken samosa. I got the vegetarian samosa, and I got some pita bread. It was only 50 cents.
She's so from California.
No, I needed to cut the samosa.
Sorry, Californians, I didn't mean that in a derogatory way.
Yes, you did. You hated California.
Yeah, I did.
The only good thing about California was your disability check.
No. It's.
Oh, it had an oatmeal cookie. Delicious, yeah. 2 delicious oatmeal cookies.
And Windy City's Pizza.
Between the oatmeal cookies, they had delicious ice cream.
The deep dish.
And then they dipped the whole thing in delicious chocolate, like Hershey's quality. Oh, it was good.
Windy City's deep dish pizza.
Windy City's deep dish
pizza.
It was like this deep. No, not the. You know how they have a lot of bread and then they put like an eighth of an inch of toppings.
This is different.
No, this was like 2 inches of toppings.
Yeah.
I've got a good appetite, and I could only eat 1 slice of that stuff.
It was a wine-based crush, too. It was delicious.
They could only... I never knew that. They could only... They used to be in Belmont, California, and we lived in Redwood City, which was just a very short distance, like from here to work. So they would deliver, and then they moved to Burlingame. Oh, so sad. I love my Windy City.
They wouldn't deliver anymore.
No, not that far.
They didn't need to either.
No, you would go in and the place would be packed.
It was a small place, but when they moved, it was huge.
It was and it was still
full.
packed.
Yeah.
Remember, you had your friend. She weighed about 350 pounds.
Yeah.
She went in and she saw a sign that says, "A fat man knows where to eat the good pizza."
Oh, she was offended.
And she had a tantrum. She went to see the manager, and it's like,
hey, lady, you're a living example of the truth. I mean, Jesus. Oh, well, yeah. Okay. Anyway, so I didn't die. I didn't fall off the cliff. I just got scared out of me, and then we had a great lunch. There.
And then we came home, and I suffered.
No, wait a minute.
What?
And then on the way home, we didn't use the same cliff. We went through the back of the building.
No, we actually went out the front. We came in through the back.
Oh, and then we went out the front. And
there
was
were all these
better ramp, but it had all these tables in a way which we had to move so we could get access to it.
If there had been a manager at the ice cream store, I would have said, I want you to come out and sit in a wheelchair and try to get to the ramp. That's what I would have said. I wouldn't have said you need to get all this stuff out of the way. I would have just let them see for themselves.
Do it. Go ahead.
You know.
I like this. Reminds you of that joke with the guy.
Like the old joke.
Yeah.
Okay, tell him.
Try this. You know, there's a little guy. He went to this place. And he said, And he said, he called over the manager. He said, I want you to do me a favor. He says, what's that? He said, try the soup. He says, I don't want any soup. I've been eating food all day. He's a manager, you know. He said, no, come on, try the soup. He said, I don't want any soup. He said, but it's wonderful. You got to try it. I want you to know what you're missing. He says, all right, I'll try the soup. Where's the spoon? And the guy says, sorry.
You're not. At least he wasn't, like, profane or anything.
No.
So when we got home, there was a terrible loss. I went to take my nap. And Bubba came, and he was all stretched in the bed with me.
And he normally doesn't because we have
Wait. And it was such a beautiful, tender moment because he'll do this about once a month with me. And he was all stretched. And his tail was gently hanging off the edge of the bed, swaying gently.
All 20 pounds of him was up there with you.
All of him. And the bed still managed to stay intact. And then all of a sudden, I heard the cat door. And her little feet running down the hall. And then there was a little brown paw. I started going after the tail. And I thought, I'll get rid of her. And I leaned over and I went,
She hissed at the cat.
I hissed at the kitten. But the big cat ran away.
He didn't know if you were hissing at him or her. He just said,
No,
I'm out of here.
He just left.
Yeah. So they both left.
I was very sad. I didn't care about her. No, she was still there.
Oh,
she wanted to get into bed with me, but I was afraid of my darker instincts.
They're like jealous of each other.
Very, very, very competitive for attention. Very competitive for attention.
They both want to be the only cat.
Yes, they do. And you started this. I was perfectly happy with Bubba.
But
you had to bring her home.
We're going to a conference for a couple of days.
We'll come back and we'll have 2 blind cats.
Yeah.
With no ears.
Yeah. They're going to resolve this issue one way or another.
One way. All he has to do is sit on her, and it's done. It's done.
I know. He's so much bigger.
She's still only 3.5 pounds.
Yeah, she's nothing.
Yeah.
But they're jealous of each other.
Yeah.
They are.
Very competitive.
Yeah.
So I stuck her in Ron's room. Ron liked it. He woke up. She was all on his neck, purring.
Purring away.
Yeah. I think she likes the beard. She's got a thing for you. Oh, we need to de-terrorize you before you go to Austin.
That's true.
Yeah.
So, I didn't fall off the cliff, folks.
No.
Things are okay.
Oh, and it's supposed to rain tomorrow. Yay. But, you know what? We're having our own little protest. Now, this thing they're having this vendor conference in Austin coming up. And they mentioned drinking 4 times in a 3-page letter. They're going to have a bar. So-and-so is going to have an alcohol party. Make sure you have drinks. Make sure you have drinks. I'm just like, man, what kind of party are they? I'm not going to the party. And
well, you can't have fun unless you're drinking.
I know, but I've never met a person who was like better after a couple of drinks. They just turn into jerks, all of them.
They do.
Oh.
Now, mind you, I'm having a beer now, but
you've only had 1 drink.
I'm speaking normally. I'm feeling normal.
Well, you're not trying to feel my butter. Well, I wouldn't. Well, never mind.
We're not going to TMI.
We're not going to go
TMI. TMI. Sorry, sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. We're not going to go there.
Anyway, I'm not going to drink and drive either, so.
Yeah. No, you're not. I'm not going to wreck your car, lose your license.
No.
But, so anyways, so they have,
by the way, marry a blind guy, they'll never look at another woman when you're out on a date.
That's true.
And they can change a flat tire on a dark road.
I know. I wrote a poem about it.
Oh, yeah.
So they're having a thing, and they have room service at the hotel. And allegedly, we have a per diem daily limit of what we can do. And I said to myself, you know what? To hell with that. Pardon my language. Forget it.
$71 a day you could
supposedly
spend on food.
Yeah.
And you might get reimbursed.
These are the same people who aren't paying us for our repairs anymore.
Yeah.
So I'm not, you know.
We are protesting.
We're protesting by bringing our own canned foods, those shelf-stable things, stuff like that. And it's going to be delicious.
And we also remember to bring the can opener.
Yes, thank God Ron remembered the can opener.
We'd have felt so stupid.
Oh, I would have felt so...
Excuse me, this is room 339.
Dumb.
Can we borrow a can opener?
Yeah, we'll send it up. It's only $50. Yeah.
We'll add it to your bill.
Yeah.
But you never get
they have room service. I found it very interesting. Now, when Ron and I go to the cheap motel in Galveston, which we will not name, they have a refrigerator and a microwave.
And it's only $40.
And it's only like $40 a night. Now, this place is like 3 times as expensive. No refrigerator, no microwave, but we get a breakfast coupon. I'm bringing some Dunkin' sticks. Fattening little boogers, but at least I can eat one and take my Wellbutrin and not vomit.
I'm bringing some beef stew.
Yeah, what are you bringing?
Beef stew, meatball and spaghetti, chili mac, and a can of all-meat chili. Good Texan food.
Now I got the macaroni and cheese, pot roast, beef stew, stuff like that. So, anyways, that's it, kids.
You know.
What?
And we might bring a can of Beanie Weenie for one of our friends.
For the other vendors, yeah.